Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 3 of Masters of the Universe Revelation. Last week's episode, Jesus, I'm so used to saying that whenever I do like a spiel about a previous episode. Literally, the previous episodes, this is all out at once. Well, not all. Part 2 still yet to come out, which again, I'll reiterate, anybody that's upset so far about anything that's happened in part 1, like I'm still getting through it, but like still, like even whatever happens in the next 3 episodes, like I'm just like, people need to relax a little bit. I've seen like just way too much vitriol on the internet about this show so far. I was like, we still have an entire half of the show that is not out yet. So I think people need to calm down. I really liked last episode, seeing like how the state of Eternia has kind of caused some ripples and some fragmentation in even the forces that had been part of these different groups before, like between Tri-klops kind of starting his own kind of cult and like leading people away from magic and towards technology and kind of infusing people with technological enhancements to help them to survive, since magic and fertility and all of that is kind of waning on Eternia because of the fracturing of the sort of power, the nexus and all that, that it being the conduit of magic to Eternia. And therefore, you know, you also have, we pick up with Tila and her mercenary friend Andra, who are just taking up odd jobs. And one of those is this old woman brings her, offers to pay them to go get a magical chalice, which ends up being the Havoc staff, which she just, and of course the old woman ends up being evil-lyn. And the twist in that, honestly, was like the state of Eternia now has evil-lyn collecting magical artifacts to feed whatever magic she can to the sorceress to keep this small little ember of magic alive in Eternia, to keep it from dying. And Eternia, if the magic snuffs out, Eternia ceases to exist. And because it's like the source of everything in the universe, if Eternia dies, the entire universe dies. All the other planets in the solar system, the universe, whatever, will also just cease to exist. So it definitely raises the stakes. And I like that. You know, I still relate to Tila and how she's feeling about this betrayal in the last episode, the first episode of the season. You know, the revelation of Adam's truth. And I like how Cringer kind of like helped her kind of see through that a little bit so that she can pick up where she left off. Like, obviously, this is like Adam wouldn't have done what he did if he wouldn't have. Maybe it reminded me of Iron Man, honestly. Tony wouldn't have did what he did if he didn't do, you'd still be here to protect the world when he's gone. And that's what it kind of made me feel like, you know. And I like that a little heart to heart between Cringer and Tila. You know, now evil-lyn, Cringer, Tila, and Andra are now kind of working together to help try to save the sorceress. They put the little last ember in evil-lyn's little staff there to kind of carry that and use it to try to reforge the power sword so that they could save Eternia. So apparently it's separate. We saw it separated into its two halves, and its two halves have returned to their point of origin, which is one is Preternia, I think is what it said. And I was looking up Preternia here a little bit ago, so that's kind of like heaven in this world. And then Subternia, which is essentially this universe's version of hell. So we'll be going there to kind of figure out. So it's kind of like light and darkness combined created this sort of power, so that all energy in the cosmos kind of funnels through it. So they're going to be seeking them out. And then since they're going to be reforging things, Tila makes the suggestion, obviously, that we'll go pick up and see if we can find Man-at-Arms. So guys, all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into episode 3. Remember, the full-length unedited reaction watch-along is available over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, if you want to see my full reaction to the entire episode without any cuts, check that out. But guys, let's go ahead and dive in. Here we go. The most dangerous man in Eternia. I wonder who that is. Well, that's a nifty looking boat.
Resorted to piracy, Skeletor, because your face is on their flag.
Merman and I have teamed up to form an unholy alliance against you.
I like these flashbacks.
Forward to our next tussle, but I won't hold my breath.
See, it's got some flavor of the OG show in here, especially when it's flashing back to the earlier days and all that.
What if we painted the ship a nice granite?
Jeez. Skeletor is just, for like as badass as he looks, he's just such a fucking goofball.
Wait, he actually said, "You're all wet"?
He-Man had the sense of humor of a teenager who didn't get out much.
He-Man was a glorified.
Yeah. And that was the audience that really grew up with the show, I think.
He was the most dangerous man in all of Eternia. The
Man at arms.
Lasers?
I gotta meet the guy behind that gear.
Oh, the folly of youth.
Take no life advice from the likes of evil-lyn, Andra. Remember, she's the only one here carrying around a Skeletor in her closet.
Did him.
But I'm not the only one here carrying a torch, am I, Tila?
Huh? What?
I don't know why I thought that.
You spill an entire cup of some of the only enchanted water left in Eternia? You're gonna pay for that.
Stop the heretics! Mother Magic is dead! Long live the Holy Sprocket!
Holy shit. Dude, hell yeah. Dude, he's just holding that cup still too, one-handed, beating all this ass.
I shut it down!
Who dares?
Get wrecked. Dude, I like his new look too. I don't know. I always loved like the Ranger-like look. Oh, nice.
All those eyes, and you still couldn't see me coming.
I have no quarrel with you, Beast Man.
Anyone who threatens her makes an enemy of me.
I'm sorry I kept so many secrets from you for so long. If you give me another chance, I swear to you I'll...
Ugh, we don't have time for these broken family theatrics.
We need you to reforge the Sword of Power.
Oh, is that all? Do you remember that if I so much as weld two pieces of metal together, I can be executed? If I don't get this cup back, I'm going to lose a lot more than a rank. I'm going to lose a friend.
Orko?
Orko,
Oh!
Tila?
how did this happen?
Since there's no magic left in Eternia, all the mages like me and this little buffoon.
That's the royal buffoon, thank you very much. Well, until the king and queen sent me away. After Prince Adam. After He-Man.
You still miss him?
Every day. I thought it would get easier with time.
And as much as I love you, Tila, I can't abandon this family.
Well, I can. Let me come with you guys.
I appreciate the intention, little guy, but you should sit this one out.
Please, Tila. I had the best times of my life with you, but life is out there. So, bring me on an adventure, like you used to. Just this one last time, I'll be good.
Even if you do come, Orko, only Duncan knows how to reforge the Sword of Power.
What about someone with Duncan's memories?
What are you, some kind of fool?
If I am, then we are a pair of fools, because my neural pathways are based on yours. I operate from all of your memories. Which means if you know how to reforge the Sword of Power, then so do I.
Well, if you're both going,
He's using his helmet as a bowl.
then I'm following my family.
No,
No?
Roboto can reforge the sword, so he comes with us. Duncan is going to Grayskull. It's the sorceress, Dad. She's dying. She only has Cringer to protect her.
Also, that keeps them, if they both go and something happens to Roboto, they still have a backup of who knows how to forge the power
We don't have time for
sword. Because if they both go and something happens to both of them, they lose all hope of forging it back together. So I like that. It's like a good at least idea, because obviously the sorceress is important. So have him go protect her, and they could take the more expendable one with them.
Make it all up to me.
And I say expendable only because he's a robot and a kind of a copy, I guess, of
The sorceress, Dad.
Man-at-Arms. See, it's giving everybody something to do. I don't know. I'm digging it so far, man. Well, hot damn.
I like places like this. Vast, unforgiving, elemental.
You didn't like it too much the last time we were.
She's from Earth, right? Originally, evil-lyn,
Company I didn't care for. You
just
were
like the
always
Queen.
going on. If something is dead, you bury it. If it isn't, you nurture it. But you have to face it,
Save your lecture. I found peace.
said the warrior en route to hell.
I like that line. That was a good line. Mer people.
It's days like this you don't think you're gonna remember. I spent years fighting alongside Eternia's greatest warriors. And now, I forget more than I remember. If you're gonna lead the life of an adventurer, Andra, you might want to keep a journal. Write down everything you ever do, even the silly stuff. Because when the adventures are over, that's all
God
you're
damn it,
left
he's
with.
depressing the shit out of
Good
me.
friends and happy memories.
He's not wrong, though. What are you doing, man? Why? This is where you're supposed to be. Hot fucking damn, get some, dude. Oh. Dude, Man-at-Arms is such a fucking badass. He kind of looks like with a mixture of his his ranger outfit and his armor. It kind of gives him like this older Boba Fett kind of vibe. They're like, fuck this.
Shall I fillet this fish, milady?
I told you to go to Grayskull.
And I told you that I love you.
That doesn't change anything. Somebody should be at Grayskull helping.
Trade, my man. You get us safely to the gates of Subternia.
Even
and
though
we'll
that
return
was
you
kind
to
of
the king.
badass.
If you refuse, you'll rot in the sun.
The sea never forgets, evil-lyn. And neither do I.
Oh wait, is that Kevin Conroy? I think so. And just from what people have been saying about this, they seem like she was mad the entire way through. What the fuck is it? That's we dropped that in episode 2. sentimental. That's not gonna drop that back. She had to have known that was gonna happen. So that was a really good episode too. Man, Orko just made me fucking sad the entire time, man. Holy shit, dude. Like, for real. Man-at-Arms keeping him alive just by using that enchanted water. And I like that we resolved Tila and her resentment against her father figure. Like, people were acting like that Tila was like she was at the end of episode 1 all the way through the season. And she was only really like that kind of halfway through episode 2. And they've just dropped it all together here for the like it's over. Like, her bullshit is done. Like, I just, like, people act like she's just, like, unbearable the entire time. I mean, we're on episode 3 and she's forgiven Man-at-Arms. Like, they had that touching moment. I like the back and forths with evil-lyn and, like, her perspective and everything. I really like her without that helmet, man. God damn, she looked good. You know, Beastman coming in and helping them too. So many great moments with Man-at-Arms in here. I do think, honestly, that he should have gone to Grayskull, because somebody other than Cringer should be there, especially while the sorceress doesn't have any powers now. So, like, while I understand where he came from and the sentiment of going after them, we got a badass scene out of it. The merman thing was kind of cool. The flashbacks to kind of like the OG tone of the show was kind of funny. Action was just solid as always. The music was killer as always. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, we're at Subternia now, so we'll be going in there. Episode 4 is Land of the Dead, which we will follow up with next, guys. So, what'd you think of episode 3? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on that conversation after the video. Remember, guys, the full-length unedited reaction watch-along is available over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel. Shout out to our channel legends, Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, and Philly Vane. Thank you guys as always. Make sure to follow me on all my socials. Join our Discord. Links to all those are in the description of this video, and I will catch you guys in the next episode of Masters of the Universe Revelation. Take care, everybody.